so easy every day. Living in love, the one and only LBK. We got rock and roll, we got the blues, two-stepping in the honky tonks and our cowboy boots. Through the dust in review mirror you can see our rhythm and roots. Rhythm and Welcome to another episode of Rhythm and Roots podcast. I'm your host, Jason Robertson. Today we're in Studio 1314 at Citizens Tower, and I've got a rowdy bunch of characters with me today. Today in studio, I've got a powerhouse trio. Not all these guys are songwriters, musicians, educators, and multi-instrumentalists, performance gurus. I mean, we've got a radio host, a TV host. We've got all sorts of packed talent in the studio today. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Cary C. Banks.
Jason, thank you for having us on this wonderful podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to be here. It's honor.
Our pleasure.
Next to Cary, I have Miss Hannah Jackson.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
And then right next to me, this good-looking devil is Mr. Steve Guitar Williams.
Thank you.
So thank you guys again, number one, for being here and taking the time out of your day. We had this scheduled for last week, and somebody got sick on us.
Sorry about that.
But I'm glad you're better, and I'm glad you didn't spread COVID to here.
Yes.
So
Thanks for getting us in here.
yeah, absolutely. So you guys play together as a trio, correct? Tell us how you guys collectively came to be the trio that you are today.
Well, Steve and I have known each other, played in different bands for close to 40 years. He and I have been a duo for about the last 15 years. And a few years ago, in fact, first time I ever worked with Hannah was when the movie Yesterday came out. It was about the Beatles. And the folks at Fox 34 had asked some of us local musicians to play Beatles songs outside the theater before the showing of the premiere. And I luckily got to team up with Hannah, and we did about an hour's worth of Beatles songs. And then after that, we started, just hanging around writing songs together. And that has blossomed into what has become a trio of performers.
Yeah.
Nice. Hannah, how did you feel when these two guys picked? I mean, this is some talent on both sides of you right here. I mean, you must feel pretty honored to play with these guys.
I really do. I consider every opportunity that I have to work with Cary and Steve as an opportunity to learn and to grow as a musician. I consider them both incredible mentors to me, and it's just really fun because it's always really good with them, and I'm kind of picky. So
well, you're a major talent yourself, so I'm sure they are both honored to have you.
It's a blast. We have a good time. Yeah.
I bet it is. Yeah. Steve, do you have to keep these youngsters in line at the shows and keep them out of trouble?
I'm afraid they got to keep me in line.
This is true.
No, it's great. Like Cary said, we've been together playing about 15 years, the duo thing, and just recently we decided, man, we should get Hannah to sing with us because sometimes I'll be out and he'll get her to sing with him and do our gigs. And she just adds so much, looks and talent-wise.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Y'all are sweet.
Make us all guys look a little better.
We thought about naming our trio as Beauty and Not That.
That might work, man. It's pretty catchy.
But yeah, it's just it's great to have some new energy,
Absolutely,
for this deal, and we're just pretty fresh at it because not all the gigs pay enough to have all three of us, so we don't get to do a lot right now, but hopefully more will come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cary, I'm going to jump back down to you.
Yes.
I've got a million questions for you. Of course, I'm reading your book right now. For those of you watching and listening, if you have not picked up Almost Like a Professional by Cary C. Banks, please do so. Go to the Buddy Holly Center. I believe it's available at Ralph's.
And it's also available at Barnes & Noble's.
Okay, perfect.
Amazon online, which you can get, the audio, the Kindle version.
And it's basically your life story as a West Texas musician.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And, the name's so catchy. Great name, by the way. And when I started reading it, then I clicked with me. Okay, now I see where the name came from. It's a great little concept there. So tell me, you're a West Texas guy. You've played with everybody in the world that's been around, come through West Texas. I mean, you've got a long lifetime career of songwriting and playing music and as an educator.
Yes.
So let's talk just a little bit. Did you grow up in a musical family?
I'm an old Church of Christ boy from Big Spring, Texas. And so naturally, I chose being a honky-tonk piano musician as a career.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I grew up in Big Spring. Went to high school right outside of Big Spring at a little community called Kahoma, Texas. My high school government teacher and football coach was Spike Dykes. And it was at Kahoma High School where I went to school with, became friends with a very talented musician named Jody Nix. His dad, of course, the famous Hoyle Nix, who wrote and had the original record of Big Balls in Cowtown. So I came up to Lubbock early on in the late 60s to attend a little college out on 19th Street, which at that time was known as Lubbock Christian College. And so I didn't fare well there. I was not a good student. Spent all my time in the practice room, and didn't do well in my classes. So I dropped out of college and enrolled in the University of Hard Knocks. Where over the next 25
I went there too, man.
Next 25 years, I got a PhD and moved to Lubbock and worked like for Gents House of Music and taught guitar, played in a lot of different bands, met a radio disc jockey named Bud Andrews. He and Big Ed Wilkes had a production company that they had started. Their original artist that they produced was comedian Jerry Clower. And so they were definitely involved in the music industry. And through Bud, I met a very young saxophone player who had a recording studio named Don Caldwell. And through Don Caldwell, I met a very young, extremely talented steel guitar player named Lloyd Maines. And there we go.
Yeah. And you've been a part of the Maines Brothers Band for a long time now.
Yeah, I played off and on with the band from the late 70s up till 1983. And when Randy Brownlow, the piano player, left the band, I assumed that position. And, of course, we have been performing literally all over the world. Of course, in 1993, we were elected into the West Texas Walk of Fame, and we still play every now and then, every couple of years. Of course, everybody's scattered these days, but that was an extremely big honor to be able to play with and record with the four brothers and Jerry Brownlow and Richard Bowden, and what an education that was. And we got to literally travel all over the world and open up for acts like Barbara Mandrell and Alabama and Ronnie Millsap, and the list just goes on and on. And we learned about the road.
I bet. Got that gypsy life for a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, well, that's great. I mean, you've had a full career of playing with professional musicians.
Yes.
And also being a professional musician yourself.
Yes.
You've also done More Than a Song that was, similar to this, where you interviewed local artists, and I really enjoyed that. I hated that didn't get to continue because that was one of my favorite things to catch.
Yeah, well, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've worked in radio. We've done some television. In fact, Kenny Maines was the main host, and I was a co-host to a public broadcasting series called Storytellers and Music Makers.
I remember that.
That actually won some awards.
Yeah.
And so that was a very funny and fun thing to do. Yeah. And cool. I taught music at South Plains College for 23 years and got to meet some incredibly talented students that came through that program.
I bet that was really a joy being out there and developing those relationships, and also being able to develop those musicians up and bring them up and teach them the craft of songwriting and music theory and all the things that South Plains does. I mean, what a beautiful facility out there and program that they do. I know Steve was there a few days too in his time.
Yeah.
Hannah, let's go to you for a minute. So you have been raised up around the country as tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got your start singing.
Okay, well, I'm a PK, and that means preacher's kid. And my dad did music ministry for years and years and years, and we were all over the country performing, kind of the Von Trapp family. We had our little family show, and we would do revivals at different churches, and big churches, big mega churches, and then little bitty churches. So just all over. And I made it to Lubbock, Texas with my first baby and one on the way when I was young in my 20s. And I've been here ever since. And now I'm married to my husband, Mike, and we have 6 kids together. And most of them are adults now and grown and have flown the coop, most of them.
That's probably a nice feeling.
That's pretty
to some
great.
extent.
Yeah.
Do you miss them?
I do. I have one in Florida and one in Amarillo, and one is still here, which is great. Well, actually, and my bonus boys are still here, which is wonderful, so that the grands are here. So that's great. And then we adopted a little girl 8 years ago,
Nice.
brought her home from the hospital, and she's just been my everything ever since. And so I homeschool her through Texas Tech K through 12, and that gives us the freedom to be able to travel and do music and go visit.
Go to Florida to see your kids.
That's
yeah,
right.
what a great excuse to go to Florida,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, but I got to Texas. I got to Lubbock, Texas, specifically, as fast as I could. Sorry I made y'all wait.
Now, you have competed on a national level in the X Factor on Simon Cowell's program. How was that?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It really does feel like a fever dream. Every time I see him pop up on the screen nowadays, it's like weird. It's an out-of-body moment. Like, we talked. He kissed me on the cheek. That's bizarre, but it was a good experience. It really was my first experience of something national stage-wise, and so I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot about Hollywood and those shows and what's actually going on behind the scenes. And I really felt like I was more there for a networking opportunity, which I think a lot of us realized once we were there. Sure. And we're all still connected. We have a Facebook group, and we promote each other and share the stuff on all the socials. And that was 2011. So that's been a minute, and we're all still connected and supportive of each other. And it's been cool to watch everybody's journey. So
I bet that is.
It was fun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Sonny, you're also a solo artist. You've put some stuff out. You're a songwriter. You and Cary have wrote some things together. Yeah. Save the drama for your mama.
Save your drama for your mama.
Title I have seen to a song in a long time.
Well, thank you. Cary came to me.
Where did the idea? You came up with that, Cary?
He had that concept.
Yes, I was traveling to East Texas, a little community called Yantis, Texas. It's south of Sulphur Springs, where my sister lives, and we're going to play a gig with her and her band. And somehow, just driving down the highway, that title came to me, and I kept singing and singing and singing and singing so I could pull over and write it down. And then I had that title, and then Hannah and I were writing some songs together, and I said, "What do you think about this title?" And I kind of played the chorus type part of it. And she goes, she just started making up verses, singing and making up verses.
It's a sassy little song.
Within 30 minutes, the song was written. And it was like...
Sometimes they write themselves, don't they?
They absolutely do.
Especially if they're sassy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was a natural thing for you to do.
Save your drama for your mama. I got this.
So you've also done a lot of shows with the Cactus.
Yeah.
I've seen you do several things there. I guess all of you have collectively in different variations of what they do there have participated there. And I know that's we lost Don this year, rest his soul, but the Cactus is still a staple that showcased to me some of the best talent that we have. So
yeah, the Cactus was an opportunity for me to cut my teeth in the Lubbock music scene, and they were really supportive of me. Don was a champion for me and giving me an opportunity to perform that was outside of the church setting, and really he was a mentor for me as well, and showing me the ropes and teaching me things, and giving so many young singer-songwriters opportunities to perform. Don is amazing, and we miss him very much. There's a gaping hole here without him here. Absolutely. That we all hope to fill somehow in some way. But yeah, the Cactus is great. It's great.
You do some educating as well?
Yeah, I taught for years and years. I had my own voice and guitar. I'll teach you 4 chords. If you want to get really good, go to Steve or go to Cary. Ukulele or, songwriting, those kinds of things, but mainly focusing on vocals because that's what I was trained. I was actually trained as a first lyric soprano operatic singer.
Oh, wow.
So I have the technique that I can provide to take into the more commercial world. And so we had 60 students at one point with 2 associate teachers, and we were slaying the game. And then I decided to focus more on Allie because she was a little bit of a full-time job for a minute. But I hope to get back into it soon, I think, and maybe more of an outreach kind of a nonprofit situation.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. I think there's a need for that for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Steve, Mr. Steve Williams.
Yes, sir.
I took a guitar lesson from you, maybe 5 guitar lessons. I'm not quite as good as you yet, but the 5 lessons helped, I promise.
Really?
It was like 27 years ago.
I run into people all the time that, they said, I took lessons from you. Oh, I hope I didn't.
You don't tell anybody
I
that.
didn't hope it didn't hurt your feelings or anything.
The first thing you taught me was flat top box.
All right.
Yeah. I remember that. Steve, you're a long-time musician, not only in Lubbock, you did a long stint in Dallas.
Austin.
Austin. Yeah. You've played with everybody under the sun. Tell us a little bit about, now are you from Lubbock originally?
Yeah, I'm from Lubbock originally, born and raised.
So you played back in the day when it was wild.
Yeah.
Playing honky tonks and dance halls. And
yeah, we had a little band when I was 14. My parents were real supportive, and so we were playing at some party in the backyard one night, and some older gentleman, he was probably like 25, he was a car salesman, came over to the party, and he said he wanted to be our manager. So therefore, he was our manager. So anyway, yeah, we played. It's called the Blackouts, that band, and we played all kinds of things around town. Played in clubs, and of course, parents had to go with us, or Leon, our manager. There's a few times. One time, his wife had to give a few of us a bath before they could take us home because, not being nice, not doing good things.
So how did your career go from the Blackouts? Where did you go next?
Well, they split up, and then I got in with some guys that were going to Tech and introduced me to more rock and roll kind of stuff, Hendrix. And I just started hearing a little Hendrix, but they were doing some, and Vanilla Fudge, all that stuff, all that classic rock back then, Led Zeppelin. So I was playing that. We were together about 2 years, and then they wanted to go to Houston, and I didn't want to go, so I just got out of high school, and I was kind of scared to leave, I guess. Anyway, so I stayed and went to Tech, and then I ended up moving to Colorado a little bit, and then back down to Austin in the early 70s.
Is that when you started playing with Marsha Ball? And
no, I played with her from 90 to 97.
Okay, so that was probably when you first got there was with the McBrides.
Well, no, I was with Randy Banks. I don't know if you know any of those guys or not. Randy Banks.
No relation. No relation.
Thomas Young, who goes by Tex Thomas down there, and the Dangling Wranglers. We had a band together, and we starved, and I ended up getting a job with another band that was passing through on the road, and I went off on the road and ended up back in Lubbock, and then moved back to Austin again. That's when I got a job with Dale McBride. But that was up here. They came through town. All the jobs I got were through networking. I always tell people to network and don't burn any bridges. A guy I played with that was playing with Dale, they came through town, they were playing, and the keyboard player with Dale, he could only read music, so he left his music in Austin by accident. So the bass player said, "Hey, Steve Williams, a friend of mine, I know him, he could do it." So I played with him that night and got the job and moved to Austin and played with Dale about 4 years. Then my brother passed away, and I came back up here and then stayed till 89. Then I went back to Austin again with Jimmy Dale Gilmore, and then got with Marsha, and got to play with a lot of people down there. Single gigs, like I played with Hal Ketchum before he got big, and Leroy Parnell, and all kinds of people down there. It's Champ Hood.
But that was a fun time.
Oh, it was great, yeah. Except,
Starving to death.
yeah. Now, supporting my music habit. And I had 2 kids I was raising, too, so by myself.
And then you've been an educator for a lot of years as well.
Well, I came back after getting off the road with Marcia in 99, and fortunately got the job at South Plains College thanks to Cary and my good friend John Harton.
Mm-hmm. John's a gem, isn't he?
Oh, man. Love that man. Anyway, that was a blessing to me because I had a job doing what I wanted to do. It's awesome. And got insurance and everything and some retirement,
And still able to play the guitar.
And still playing guitar, right. And so now I just love, I love playing, and I love getting, helping people, younger students and stuff. I love helping them develop and, showing them how to be in the business and play, getting some experience for them. I like doing that. And I teach at home still a little bit.
Very nice. Still playing the church, too.
Yeah, I'm still at the Methodist Church downtown.
That's where I first met you a long time ago.
Yeah.
Can you believe you've been playing there that long?
Yeah. I know. It's crazy.
Well, and I know you guys know, but Steve, in my opinion, is one of the best guitarists in this part of the world. I mean, all-around guitar player,
when
100%.
I grow up, I want to be Steve Williams.
Absolutely, me too.
Same.
Yeah.
If I can tell a real quick story about
Absolutely.
the blackouts when I was, living in Big Spring. It was 1965, I think, and Big Spring built their first mall. Okay, which was basically a Sears and a First Cafeteria. But they had a grand opening one Saturday morning for the Big Spring Mall, and I had heard, on the radio that there was going to be a rock band from Lubbock come down and be part of the celebration. And I had been playing guitar just a little while then, and so I went out there, and here's these guys from Lubbock, and they had on their slacks and their sports coat and their white turtleneck sweaters. And there was this young guy on the guitar, couldn't have been more than 13 or 14, just blistering the guitar. And I was going, holy crap, I want to be that guy. That was Steve
Isn't
Williams.
that funny? Yeah.
Do you remember playing that?
Yeah, sure do.
And we didn't meet again for another 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But I just remember that as plain as day. I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be.
Yeah, when I came back to Lubbock, I guess after it was Dale, when I came back, that's when I met Cary again, and I was playing in their band, Jack Tyson and Johnny James.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you guys have a long history together.
We do have a long history. Yeah.
Well, y'all must be doing something right. If y'all can put up with each other for this long.
That's true. Yeah.
Still be
That's pretty
cordial
rare.
Right.
Any day that I can play music with Steve Williams or Hannah Jackson is a wonderful day.
Absolutely.
That door goes both ways.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I've found that one of the greatest things as a musician is when you get on stage and you have this chemistry with these people on stage, not only musically, but personally.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the energy and the music, and there's magical things that can happen making music when you have that connection. And I can tell you three guys, you have that.
We do. When you feel like you can just take a breath.
Yes.
Because it can be so stressful to get all the gear loaded and all the stuff, and I'm sweating and I'm trying to look cute, but I'm sweating and it's hard, and I have to bend down and plug things in and all this stuff. And then I'm a mom, so it's really stressful to do a gig. And a lot of times I say no because that's exhausting. But when it's with these guys, I'm like, yes, absolutely. Because when we get done with all of that and we sit down and we take that deep breath and we get ready to play that first note, it's just magic.
And then you just get lost in
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And I get healed from it.
Absolutely. That's what it does for me too. It's my medicine.
Yeah.
When you're playing for other people or just playing in general, everything else goes away.
That's right.
You kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So as educators, you guys have helped countless people find their way into the music industry. I'm going to ask this question of all my guests, and we'll start with you, Cary. if there's any young musician or vocalist or songwriter, somebody aspiring to get into this industry, wanting to perform and possibly pursue this, what advice would you give them? What to do, either or what not to do?
Well, we're in 2024. The music business, the paradigm has completely shifted from the time that we started. These days, there's still some elements that you have to be able to navigate. You obviously have to have the talent. And, you've got the talent. When I first picked up the guitar, I was 14 years old. That guitar didn't come off my lap for the next 50 years. You got to put in the time. Yeah. You got to learn, and you got the great opportunity if you're here in West Texas, South Plains College, the Commercial Music and Creative Arts Department, because you learn craft as a musician, performance skills, importantly, music business, sound and video technology, and these days it's very important that you become very tech savvy. You got to navigate websites, you got to navigate TikTok and Instagram, and know how to put yourself out there in the Ethernet. And that's a lot of stuff to have to learn. And my advice to anybody is, if you love music better than anything else in the world, if you love being on stage or being the technical part of it better than anywhere else in the world, then you have a shot at a career. It's a very, very difficult career. It's hard to make a living, harder now to make a living than it was even 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to be very well-rounded, because if you're going to make a living in the music industry, you got to do it all. You got to sing, you got to play, you got to write, you got to record, you got to be in the business of it. And that's a lot to learn. And with a very few exceptions, you're looking at a 10-year journey from the time you get out into the world until you get some kind of national recognition.
Yeah. No overnight success in this business. Very few and far between.
Yeah.
Great answer, man. Mm-hmm. Great insight as well. Hannah?
Well, I would say, and it's hard for youngins to have a bird's eye view and perspective. I'm almost 45, and so I feel like I can actually say something at this point. So I would say you need to be ready to define success for yourself. And you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to have realistic expectations with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't compare yourself to other people. Your chapter 8, if you're comparing your chapter 8 to someone's chapter 25, you're only hurting yourself. You're not even in their book. You have your own book to write. So just focus on you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what is a challenge for you, what lights you up and gives you that feeling of energy and magic like we're talking about, and run towards it. Keep your day job because you got to be able to pay for it. It's very expensive. It's an expensive hobby, habit, career, all whatever you want to call it. It's expensive. So work hard so that you can play hard, and don't burn bridges. What you said is brilliant. Yeah, because it takes all of us taking care of each other at different seasons. It's not always your turn to be in the spotlight, and that's okay. And you want to be a champion for other people when it's their turn, and that will pay off for you in the long run. And hard work ethic, roll up your sleeves, get busy, get to work, keep that guitar in your lap, or do those vocal leases and get you good instructors and go to college for it, or whatever you can do. But don't stop. Never stop. So that's my 2 cents.
There you go.
That's a good 2 cents.
Yeah, they pretty much said it all. But you have to love this, as you probably know. You have to love this to do it. Mm-hmm. And I've always loved playing guitar, and I always wanted to, and wanted to make money doing it, and so you just got to immerse yourself into it. And like networking and being smart with technology now, which I'm not. So I can't.
That's okay. We got you. We got you.
I'm just a guitar player still. So yeah, they pretty much said it all though. You have to love this, and you got to put the time in. You got to be a team worker.
Yeah.
You got to work with people, and that's very important. Personalities. If you can't get along, then people aren't going to want you around.
That's going to be tough to play with anybody if you don't play nice.
Right.
That's right, especially in Lubbock.
That's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't take but one time, and it spreads like wildfire.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, you guys are all, to me, an inspiration of what working, classy, talented, and loving musicians are. I can tell that you guys love other musicians. You love the craft. And thank you for that. Thank you for all you guys do for the music industry in Lubbock. You all are a big, vital part of it and have been for a long time. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having this program. This is awesome.
Well, it's a lot of fun for me. I don't get to, when we're playing and y'all are playing, it's hard to get to know anybody. Right. So for me, this was like, this is perfect. I get to know all the other musicians in town and network.
Reconnect again.
Yeah, reconnect and let the people out there know who you guys are, because they see you at Abuelo's or wherever you're playing, but they don't really know your backstory. And to me, that's important. It lets them know that, we're just human too,
That's right.
So where you guys, Cary, let's talk about where can we find your music? And you've got a website?
Yes, www.Cary, C-A-R-Y, initial C, Banks, B-A-N-K-S, www.carycbanks.com.
All right.
You can go on YouTube/Cary C. Banks, and I have some videos there too. There was some of mine, some that we've done with Steve, some with Hannah.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're great.
Yeah.
All right, Hannah, you...
Insties is pretty good right now. I'm not a huge social meds person. I mean, I dabble, but Facebook is a good place. There's a Hannah Jackson music page, my personal page. I think I can have a few more friends. I've kind of ended up using that one as my business page more than the other one. So, and there's music on Spotify and Apple and all the digital distribution places. It's there. Yeah. So.
And Steve, you've got Facebook, X, Instagram, all of the above.
You can find...
His face tells me
Are
my
you
answer.
just so opinionated on X?
I am too, though.
Cary and Steve, we have a Spotify page as well, and I have a Cary C. Banks page. So we have a CD out that we did a few years ago that you can find on Spotify.
Yeah, that instrumental stuff is killer, by the way.
Yes.
I love that.
That's great.
a great. I went and checked some of that out. That is really, really good. Did y'all write all that material?
We wrote a couple of the tunes. We did a cover of a Norah Jones tune, and then we did a medley of songs that were made famous by Louis Armstrong, and we call it the New Orleans medley. And believe it or not, that's the most popular song that we have on Spotify. Steve and I, we got somehow landed on a jazz playlist. And so we get more hits from that particular song than anything.
You're probably getting rich off all those spins, aren't you?
Man. We're talking mega pennies.
Have you been able to buy a piece of gum yet? Or a postage stamp?
Yeah, a couple of hamburgers. And some coffee. And
that's pretty good because they're expensive now.
You're right.
That's true.
Well, again, thank you guys for being here. I hope to do this again with you sometime. And I look forward to coming out and catching a show. And
Same.
Same to you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll let you guys know when we're playing.
Yes, that would be great.
Are you on Facebook? And
I am, unfortunately, but I have somebody else do it because I don't like messing with it.
Wow, that's
me.
nice. That's
With
a
my
luxury.
wife, I'm just like, would you post something for me, please?
Yeah.
She's real sweet. So.
That's cool. That's helpful.
All right, you guys stay tuned. We're going to have a live performance from Cary, Hannah, and Steve here shortly, and you're not going to want to miss that. Be sure to catch all of the episodes that we have on Season 2 and Season 1 on the City of Lubbock's YouTube channel, Rhythm and Roots Podcast playlist, and you can catch all these episodes that we've had this season and last season. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned for a live performance for these guys. I'm excited. Thanks again for being here today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
All
us.
right. See you next time.
Jason Robertson, thank you for inviting us to LBK Rhythm and Roots podcast. Cary Banks, Hannah Jackson, Steve Williams. I'm going to start off with a little tune that we recorded a while back called Don't Look Back, You're Not Going That Way. We were fortunate and honored to have this particular song included on the 2022 Lubbock Music Now CD. Don't look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life is tough, that's a given. If you ain't got trouble, you ain't really living. For a seed to grow, first it has to die. Against the wind, a plane starts to fly. It's a long, hard road with many a turn. Every disappointment is a lesson to learn. You had a lot of heartache, well, it's sad but true. Where you go from here, well, that's on you. Keep your eyes on the highway, your hands on the wheel. Face your troubles, head on every day. Put the past behind, you can't change it anyway. And don't look back, you're not going that way. Don't look back, you're not going that way. You made a lot of mistakes, you took a lot of bad roads. Now the weight of regret is a heavy load. You can coulda, shoulda, woulda till the cows come home. Or you can lay the weight down, make up your mind and move on. Keep your eyes on the highway, your hands on the wheel. Face your troubles, head on every day. Put the past behind, you can't change it anyway. And don't look back, you're not going that way. And don't look back, you're not going that way. Yeah. Keep your eyes on the highway, your hands on the wheel. Face your troubles, head on every day. Put the past behind, you can't change it anyway. And don't look back, you're not going that way. Don't look back, you're not going that way. That's right.
Cary Banks.
Thank you very much. Don't look back.
For the best.
This next song we'd like to do was a song that I wrote back in 1975 when dinosaurs still roamed the earth. It was the first song as a songwriter that I had recorded by a major label artist named Jerry Jordan from Brownfield, Texas. Had it on his MCA album. It's called I Can't Sing a Love Song, and originally the song was a waltz. And I still get some royalties from that song, and I thought maybe I should re-release it. So I talked to lovely Hannah and said, would you sing this song with me? And she graciously agreed, and we sped it up and made it 4/4, and it sounds like this.
1, 2.
I can't sing a love song without your harmony. I can't make it solo. I need you here with me. Please don't leave me lonely. so much of life I don't understand.
I've searched for so long to know who I am,
but everywhere I've gone, seems I've always been alone. You're the only truth that I have ever known, and I can't sing a love song without your harmony. I can't make it solo. I need you here with me. Please don't leave me lonely, for darling, can't you see? I can't sing a love song without your harmony. I can't sing a love song without your harmony. I can't make it solo. I need you here with me. Please don't leave me lonely, for darling, can't you see? I can't sing a love song without your harmony. I can't sing a love song without your harmony. Yeah.
All right.
I can't sing a love song. Well, I've had the good fortune over the many years of writing songs to co-write some songs with some incredibly talented writers, some Grammy-winning writers. And I can tell you honestly, folks, the most fun and most enjoyable co-writing of music I've ever enjoyed is co-writing with this beautiful and talented lady right here, Hannah Jackson.
Oh my goodness, Cary. Thank you. That is so sweet. This song is really special, this next one. We're going to do When Somebody. Is that next?
No, this.
Oh, which one is this?
This is drama.
Oh, we're going to do the drama. Okay, well, we'll bring on the drama. Yeah, so I'm a mama, and we wrote this song called Save Your Drama for Your Mama. And once that little line gets in your head, you want to say it. But that doesn't work out for me, because when I say that at my house, it causes more trouble. If I say, hey, straighten up, save your drama for your mom. Oh, shoot. Anyway, it's a fun little Western swing ditty, and I really enjoyed getting to write it with Cary and go out to ACUF and Route 1, and it was a family project for sure. My daughter Faith sang on it with me. If you get on the YouTubes, you'll find it. She's singing it, and yeah, I mean, just Cody.
And my son Cody played drums on the track. And we were fortunate during the past year, the song got up into the top 10, number 6 on the Texas Independent Country charts.
Yeah, my first time to ever hit a chart, so that was pretty fun.
The Western swing music for you.
Yeah, I absolutely love getting to do this, especially with y'all. You want to do this thing?
Let's do it.
You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. About you or every little thing that you do, 'cause there's a big old world that we're sharing, and all you whining and complaining ain't nobody caring. Everybody's got a story, everyone's been hurt before. Save your drama for your mama, check your ego at the door. Not a one gets it right.
Gets it right.
At least not enough to start a fight. We're all just fumbling along, so put a smile on your face and sing this song. Everybody higher prices and a low-paying job.
No good job.
These days you can't seem to find what you're looking for. People acting crazy, they're no longer friendly, and no one knows their neighbor next door. Too afraid to ask for a cup of sugar. You can't leave your car unlocked anymore. Everyone's getting advice from a viral video. It's like betting on your future on a phony TV show. Everybody's got a story. Everyone's been hurt before. Save your drama for your mama. Check your ego at the door. Come on. Everybody's got a story. Everyone's been hurt before. Save your drama for your mama. Check your ego at the door. Save your drama for your mama. The belly aching that you're faking. Check your ego at the door.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's another song that Hannah and I wrote right around the same time that we wrote Save Your Drama. We put together a little idea that I had, and I had an idea for the chorus of this song, and same way on Save Your Drama, and I just played my ideas for the chorus, and all of a sudden, Hannah just started writing verses and melodies, and same way on this one. This one's called When Somebody Believes in You.
Yeah. This one was really special to get to write with Cary because I feel like you are this person for me, especially as I've gone through losing my dad and still wanting to sing and do music. He has just been my champion and my hero to drag me out by my ear and say, let's go, girl. We're going to do this. We're going to keep writing. We're going to keep recording. We're going to keep singing and performing. And
Yes.
This is how we heal. We get out there and we love each other and we let others love us. And so that's what this song is about, when somebody believes in you. And ultimately, when you get to the end of this song, there's a little nugget of wisdom in there. I hope you can hear it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. On those days when the clouds are dark and you can't go home, standing in a crowd of people feeling so alone, then you find someone who really cares what you have to say. Oh, it sounds a little bit cliche, still it makes your day. 'Cause when somebody believes in you, makes you feel like there's nothing you can't do. And no matter what trouble life may put you through, there is nothing too impossible when somebody believes in you. In your mind are colored every shade of gray, life's complications make you want to run away. Feel the warmth of a hand that's reaching out to you. They could be the missing piece to making all your dreams come true. 'Cause when somebody too impossible when that somebody is you.
Hannah Jackson. Well, one of our favorite artists in the world is the incredible Dolly Parton. Incredible songwriter, singer, actress. And to me, this is one of her very best songs. And I just love the way that Hannah interprets this song. It's an incredibly well-written and meaningful song. And we are just very fortunate that Hannah lets us play along with her.
Oh my goodness, so sweet.
Can we
Well,
have a pause for a second?
yep, good idea. I need some water.
Water.
How are we doing over there? You good on levels and?
Yeah, I think so. Everything seems like it's working out. Sounds good.
Okay.
On the ending?
I don't think that monitor ended up being on. Not hearing much, but
This one will be pretty quiet.
The new ending we did? Can you
yes.
just, like, normally you come back in finger picking and just kind of fade out, don't you? Why don't you just come back in finger picking and I'll just do that little line.
Do I wait for you?
No.
Okay,
do what
just
you
come
do.
back in.
No,
Okay.
No, throw that in.
Check, check, check. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, check. All good. Okay, you don't mind?
I don't mind.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's been a long, dark night. I've been waiting for the morning. It's been a long, hard fight. I see a brand new day dawning. I've been looking for the sunshine. You know I ain't seen it in so long, but everything's gonna work out just fine. Everything's gonna be alright. It's been all wrong, 'cause I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Everything's gonna be alright, gonna be okay. It's been a long, long time since I've known the taste of freedom and those clinging vines that had me bound. Well, I don't need 'em. I've been like a captured eagle. You know, an eagle was born to fly. And now that I have won my freedom, like an eagle, I am eager for the sky. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Everything's gonna be alright, gonna be okay. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Everything's gonna be alright, Sorry, it was a labored effort,
That was beautiful.
but
All right.
I can see what you mean. That is a great
Yeah,
interpretation. of
yeah.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
that. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Man.
yeah, well, COVID. I don't like to give COVID very much attention, but boo.
All right.
Man, thank you.
We
guys.
good?
That was incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In the words of the late, great Danny Rains, where's the beer and when do we get paid?